There's no real pretty way to talk about this, so we're just going to jump into it. We're talking about poop. There's some of you that are going to understand this already, but for those of you that are talking about having kids in the future, or you're waiting on one to show up shortly, expect a lot of poop. Don't freak out about it. It's natural. We all do it. Yes, it's gross and it smells sometimes and comes in different forms like liquid and solid and different shapes and colors, and this is fun. See, we're talking about poop. It'll get everywhere. It's going to get on you and your fingertips, on the baby, on all the clothes, on the changing table, on the bed, on the walls. It gets everywhere. So be prepared. And as a parent, you'll be talking about poop probably a lot more than you think, and not just with your pediatrician. You and your spouse will talk about it while laying in bed, while watching TV, over the phone, through text message. And my personal favorite, you'll be talking about your child's poop at the dinner table. You'll get so used to talking about your child's poop that it'll end up being like talking about the weather while you're out in public, or when you have friends come over for dinner or barbecue. That's my personal favorite, because if they don't have kids of their own, the look on their face while you're cutting up and eating a meal, taking a bite as you're going on about your child's green, brown, yellow, liquid, solid, mushy, dirty, stinky diaper, their face is priceless. So if you have a newborn, they most likely poop after every meal. I've read that breastfed babies do tend to poop more frequently than formula-fed babies, but just pretty much expect after every feeding, there's going to be a changing. But there's some pros and cons to this. At this stage of the game, while they're still newborns, it doesn't smell too much. Rarely, if at all, there's usually no smell, but it's all liquid. It just runs everywhere. And they tend to have like milk curds in the poop itself. Remember, this is fun. We're talking about poop. So the milk curds, they're not seeds. So don't freak out trying to figure out how your baby got into some seeds, because they're not seeds. They're just going to be small, thin milk curds. Or if it's formula fed, it might look more like cottage cheese. Just to keep you aware. So up until about 6 months, expect liquid poop. Just liquid. I like to call this poop soup. When you're changing your child's diaper, you need to be mentally and physically prepared for this. This is like going into the gladiator den. It's going to be a mess. So you'll have poop soup with sea-like looking kernels from time to time. It may smell. Enjoy the times it doesn't smell, but also enjoy the few times it does smell. Because after around 6 months or so, when you start introducing solid foods into your child's diet, the poop becomes more of a solid and easy to clean up, but the smell enhances tenfold. So enjoy the little bit of smell you might get with poop soup, because it gets bad. One pro of having stanky poop is now you can smell it, so essentially you know when to change your child. If by some chance you miss the poop face, which is usually something like that, or the grunt, which is if by chance you miss that, you walk by and get a whiff of them, you know it's time to change. Which goes for the opposite when they're newborn. You know, they don't usually grunt or make faces. It's just liquid, so it just kind of flows out. And it doesn't always stink, like I said. So you might put your child down for a nap, and then your child gets up. Say you're cooking dinner, so you're trying to handle your child, and you got water boiling over, you got the microwave beep, and you got the oven ready, and things are just so much commotion that a simple task like checking to see if your child's pooped might slip your head. You know, if this is your first time, it's going to happen. So obviously you don't want your child to sit in a dirty diaper for a long time. So it will happen. Your child might sit in a dirty diaper for a little bit. You're not a bad parent. It's going to happen. Just invest in some good rash cream. You clean them up when you get a chance, as soon as possible. Throw some rash cream on them. They'll be fine. Remember though, It all washes off. When you get on your fingernails, when you get on your hands, when you get on you, when it gets on the baby, when it gets on the wall, the clothes, it all washes off. So don't be like, ew, it's poop. Yeah, it washes off. This is part of parenting. You signed up for this. You can't back out now. So just some quick ending tips here. Invest in some rash cream. You're gonna need it. Maybe a clothespin. Plug up your nose. Wipes galore. Diapers galore. Maybe some hand soap because you're gonna need to wash your hands. You're gonna get poop on your hands. You're gonna get fecal matter on your hands, okay? Do you understand this? It's gonna happen. I don't care how prepared you are. You're gonna go to wipe, clean them up. The wipe is gonna slip out and you're gonna end up cleaning your baby's butt with your own hand. It's gonna happen. Keep up on them, get a routine going, and everything will be all right. Listen, I really appreciate you watching this video, even if it was a little gross. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you have any parenting tips and tricks of your own, leave them in a comment down below. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.